is there anything that you can just kind of share in terms of like, I don't care if it's inspiration or strategies to help people kind of find that inner legend within them?
I'm reminded of something. So Gary Vaynerchuk and I used to be really close a long time ago, right? Like, and he used to speak at my events, like back when you could get him to speak at your events for free, right?
Yeah.
Like, so this is like, so we did an event in 2008. Actually, we did a course. He was me, Jay Abraham, and him did a course together in 2008 on how to be like the authority in your niche, because like Jay and I thought like that was the next trend, that every niche was going to need authorities, because that was kind of a novel idea at the time. And so anyway, Gary was talking on stage, and I remember this because like I just thought it was powerful then. I still think it's powerful now. He said, I don't care if you live in your parents' basement, you hate people, and you only wear green socks. This is what he said exactly, because it just like I remembered. He's like, the internet and the world is a huge place, and there are other people out there that hate people that live in their parents' basement that only wear green socks, and it's like it's there for you for the taking, and all you have to do is claim that spot. So that's what Gary said back then, and I would imagine he'd agree with it. And the other thing that I would say that is a little bit different than that, but is something that I believe wholeheartedly, and it doesn't apply to everyone, but I think it applies to a lot of people, and it certainly applied to me numerous times. And that is that like everything I sell, everything I've ever sold are things that I truly believe in, right? And like I sell it because I believe in it. I don't believe in it because I sell it, right? But there was a time when I didn't believe in it because I didn't know about it, or et cetera, right? And so one of the ways of looking at really successful and effective marketing is to look at what experiences did you have that led you to the belief that this is something really powerful, this is something I believe in, and then how can you replicate that, like for your prospects, so that they have that same belief, right? So I consistently brought programs into the market, right? Like I believed, I think I was the first online business coach. And the reason why in internet marketing, there were no business coaches is because no one was interested in learning about business because they didn't see the value in it. But I knew the value in it, especially because I struggled at first online, and I then remembered what I knew about business, and then I was successful. And I was like, okay, so how did I get convinced, right? Part of it was like a U diagram and stuff like that, and seeing the idiocy of what I was doing. And how do I bring other people to that same realization, right? And when I brought like theory of constraints to the market, like in 2008, it was the same kind of thing. No one knew theory of constraints, but I was convinced it was powerful. And so I like had to reflect on like, okay, well, what was the sequence that convinced me? And then
this is
right.
Awesome.
And like, how do I like take people through an accelerated version of that? And I'm not saying that that's easy, but like there was a time when you knew nothing about the thing that you now believe is like the best thing. Like, and so what were those experiences? Your prospects don't have that experience. That's why they're not buying it. Right. Like, so how do we convey that? Right. And I used reports early on, then I used webinars, and I used live streams. And, now I do a lot of different things, but that message is what I tap into. Like, how did I get convinced of this? And what makes it easier. And I'm not trying to sell people on keeping a journal, but it makes it a lot easier when you do keep a journal, because you have a record of like your exposure to things and what you were thinking. And so it makes it kind of easy to dissect things going backwards of how you got here.